What is up, you beautiful people? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a bit of a rant and a kind of a debate out there from two of your biggest YouTubers and streamers in the space, that being Jynxzi and MoistCr1TiKaL, who is actually on Jynxzi's most recently established podcast, doing very well for himself, but the two got together to talk about what they claim is the worst part about Kick and what others were labeling as the downfall of Kick. And it got pretty heated as they talk about the culture of Kick, the kind of streamers that have been signed, but also saying that some competition is certainly healthy for the entire scene. But here's what Jynxzi and Charlie had to say about Kick versus other streaming platforms.
Besides the point, I think Kick was the best possible thing for Twitch because before Kick, Twitch could kind of do whatever and there was no competition, right? Because Twitch could kind of just like, you know, they could enforce rules. And I remember you did a video on it. I actually reacted to your video on it on stream. This was like 6-7 months ago, but, or no, like 4 or 5 months ago. You were talking about how like basically Twitch was implementing, it was the dumbest fucking thing ever. They rolled it back like the next day. They were gonna start taking cuts of ad revenue and sponsorships. And you had a great take. You were like, a lot of streamers, like, and it's true, like sponsorships is like a majority of their revenue, like, and they wanted to take a cut of it. They wanted to like make it a certain size. And if I honestly think if Kick wasn't around, they would have just let their nuts hang, because where else are you going to go other than Twitch if you want to stream? Like YouTube is great, but YouTube will always be a video platform first. That's YouTube's biggest problem. Twitch is, if you want to watch live streams, you go to Twitch. So like, I don't personally think I would ever go to Kick because I just don't have any desire to, but I love the fact that they're a thing because
the competition,
it makes Twitch better. Like competition makes everything better. Competition is like, that's like the part of why, like, I mean, I'm not saying I'm a big capitalist, but capitalism is breeded off of competition. You want to make the best product, you got to compete with these guys. So if before Twitch had no competition, so I love the fact that Twitch has competition.
Yeah, I think that's an important thing to have. What do you think about the culture of Kick though?
I think it is the worst. I think it's the worst thing I've ever tuned into. So the culture of Kick and like their biggest selling point was like, we're going to let it fly. Like, and I'm like, okay, like it's pretty easy to remain in the TOS of Twitch. Like, but like, I'm sure, I mean, you're pretty deep into the internet. Like I'll go on Kick from time to time. Like if I just want to like rot my brain, it's my go-to. So like, a lot of it is just like IRL streaming where like, let's punch this guy in the face and see what happens. It's like, can we like make content, guys? Like, what even is this? And then there's like, I do hate the culture of it. Like, I don't think it's healthy at all. There are some Kick streamers who like are really good streamers, like Your Age, if you know Your Age.
Yeah, there's some good streamers on there. He's a great fucking streamer. I agree. It's not all bad.
Yeah, that guy, like, he's a good streamer. He has a good community. He has a good head on his shoulders. He's similar to you. Like, a lot of his takes, he does his research. He like gives an honest, unbiased take. And I've always fucked with him. So like when he went to Kick, I was like, bro, that's a good pickup for them. Like, cause he's an actual real OG streamer. He gets it. But I think the vibe of it is like, this is the vibe of Kick right now. Move to Miami, buy a streaming backpack and just punch someone in the face. I think it's horrible. The meta. So, but yeah, what do you think of Kick?
So I like the competition. Like I said, I think it's invaluable. If you have more competitors in the space, everyone benefits. Like all of the like actual users benefit. But man, that culture on Kick is awful. That shit is terrible. And it's so weird because they could easily do something about it. Like, I mention this guy all the time, but I can't fucking stand this guy. He's a criminal. His name is spiciest. Do you know who that is?
No.
So this guy, he's just an actual scourge on society. I think this guy is a fucking menace. And he's a Kick streamer, and he has done all types of repulsive things, but he literally has broken the law on Kick.
Oh my God.
He fucked a prostitute on stream with a kid in the room, and they still did not ban him.
Dude, I saw that clip. I didn't know it was him.
Yeah, that's him. They will not ban him. He is still a partnered streamer on Kick and still has like a pretty high sub count on their platform. I don't get it.
And so they really focus on the cultural part of Kick, which I think they say a lot that is in a vein of truth. I think it'd be hard to deny that there are some crazy streamers on Kick, but there also is a lot of crazy things going down on Twitch, which we have talked about on this channel. But they even focus in on, and later on elaborate, the fact that IRL streaming on Kick has gone down a bit of a different route, where a lot of the viral stories you see for Kick kind of paint the platform in a negative light. And it seems like there's still something missing when it comes to Kick establishing themselves as their own. Like right now, when you think about Kick, I think a lot of people would think about a lot of different things. And there are some upsides of Kick, the freedom of being on there, competition being very good for the entire scene. But I think a lot of what Charlie and Jynxzi did say is true. Now I have my own take, but I'll let them finish their rant about the things that they just don't like about Kick, and also saying that they don't think they'll ever be joining Kick either.
Fucking crimes are being committed on their platform and they do nothing about it. It's a joke, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know how they get away with it. I feel like at that point you're just kind of complicit because they know what happens. They know what's going on and they just let it fly. I think that is the main reason why Kick has never done anything and probably won't if they keep letting it happen.
Yeah, dude. I mean, bro, because like at the end of the day, I think Kick's angle when competing with Twitch is like they're like, we're just gonna let it. We're gonna let it fly. If you want to see like uncut raw, that's great, but we have to have a line somewhere.
There's got to be something.
Crime, like, come on, that should be.
That's a no-brainer, right? Yeah.
And like, I feel like you're kind of have the same mindset with me, but I couldn't ever see you streaming on Kick. Like, even when I think you said like you were originally going to start multi-streaming, I knew you were going to do Twitch and YouTube. I knew you were not going to be streaming on fucking Kick. Like, you have no point to. You're not going to ride around Miami fucking like that's not who you are, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but no, I mean, bro, I could talk about this for fucking hours.
Because it's an interesting topic. It's like the first major player we've seen outside of Twitch and YouTube, and they are just letting themselves fucking flounder by being this cesspool, like this fucking septic tank of streams. And I feel bad for people like your Rage on there. Because he gets lumped into that as well, just by proxy. And
and that guy's like as solid as it gets. Like, that guy's a good creator. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, he's just rubbing elbows with like IRL streaming, which is basically just crime. Like, and Rage is just a good ass dude. Like, no, yeah, I love that take, to be honest, because at first, like, I thought Kick was interesting because, you know, obviously they signed like Aiden, XQC, Bruce, Rage, like all in the span of a couple months. So I'm like, bro, like maybe it'll like go down that route, but then it just went down like IRL streaming route of like just the worst thing you could imagine, like literally.
Goddamn shame, really.
Yeah. Because I feel like it's pretty obvious, but any crime, illegal activity, let's not do that. I mean, like,
fights are cool, I get it, but like every stream ending in a fight, like it's no longer fun or cool or interesting. It's just kind of sad.
Yeah, no, it's fucking, it's literally I think Kick's best play would be to fix that shit and like create their own kind of culture. Because right now they have a culture, but it's just like we kind of said.
It's like the worst one you can have.
Twitch like has always had a culture of just like gaming, esports. Obviously there's like the just chatting. Another thing they brought up, and like it was their main selling point, was like, oh, we have a 95.5 sub split stream on Kick. It's like, okay, you guys don't have Twitch Prime subs. You guys also don't have fucking ad revenue. How are you gonna get ad revenue if there's literally people fucking prostitutes on your platform? Who is, if I'm the CEO of Nike, the last company I'm giving ads to is Kick. So they need to clean that shit up. And then once they clean that up, they'll become like, because they have users, there's not a problem there. Clean up your fucking site, and then you can get advertisers. Then you're gonna be more inclined to land bigger streamers who don't just want a 95.5 sub split. They want ad revenue, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big part of most streamers' revenue is ad revenue. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, I mean, that's the first thing is clean up your site, be able to have ads, and yeah, like develop a culture outside of just people walking around Miami fucking starting problems. You know what I'm saying?
And I think a point I want to focus on, that it's going to be a big one going forth. You guys can leave your comments down below. If you guys don't know, me and Hunter, we stream on Kick. I still really enjoy the platform. I think both Twitch and Kick have their tremendous ups and downs. I would still look at Twitch as the biggest streaming platform in the world, and I think a lot of people would agree on that. But Jynxzi bringing up the point of the 95.5 sub split, which is certainly a big draw to Kick, but he brings up a great counter argument, which for big streamers is probably a reason they're not going to be joining Kick, especially if they are going away from these big streamer contracts, which, yes, we've seen a lot of big signings. We've seen certainly a lot less over the past few months. And yeah, when it comes to no ad revenue or no Twitch Primes on Kick, those are going to be big drawbacks for streamers to want to leave their Twitch or YouTube audience and go to Kick. Because yes, the sub split's amazing, but from what we have seen, the user base on Kick it tends to lean very heavily towards the top 5 to 10 streamers. If you're a middle tier or even a big tier streamer and you can't move the proper viewership over to Kick, and there's not, in my opinion, not much of a viewership on Kick compared to Twitch, and that's backed by stats. Like, it has a sizable user base, but nothing near that of Twitch or YouTube. If you can't actually bring those numbers, that 95-5 split doesn't mean all too much to a lot of streamers. And very lastly, when it comes to the direction of Kick, I was hoping for more gamers, real gamers, to be on the Kick platform. Like, do you guys agree or disagree with that? Because when we saw XQC sign the $100 million deal, and it was followed up by someone like Nick Merckx, and they also mentioned Your Rage, which is, I think, a great variety streamer for the platform. But when it comes to true gamers, I think they've really been lacking. People who can move that gaming audience over so they can take part of that gaming audience away from Twitch, which they are still very well known for. I was hoping for more of those guys, and I think Kick has found themselves in a very interesting situation where they're trying to attune themselves to one side of the internet. Like, you're free to do whatever you want. You can do crazy stuff here on Kick, but also bring in that other audience that isn't coming over from Twitch and YouTube. And I don't know, like, it's a very complex answer. At the end of the day, I'm not a huge hater of either Twitch or Kick. Competition is good, and I like both platforms. But I think that there still is a lot of ground for Kick to make up, and this is what MoistCr1TiKaL and Jynxzi had to say about the platform. What do you guys think? It'll be a great discussion, and I'm sure we'll have some responses on this sometime very soon. Do you guys think Kick can still make it and compete with Twitch? Leave a comment down below, and we'll see you back here soon. Take care.